All right. Good Tuesday evening. Welcome to Stretch and Breathe. I'm Brenda, and for the next hour, we're going to spend some time deep breathing and lengthening our tissue, unwinding the stress that might be stuck in our joints and our tissue, and get our energy flowing into a nice balanced state. For this evening, you'll want to make sure you have a mat. The second half of our time together will be on the floor or on a chair if that feels more comfortable for you. And I do have a band as well, so a band strap, the a belt, anything like that that can assist with our hamstring work. That would be wonderful. All right. So we're going to start with our breathing exercises. Then we will loosen up some joints, and then we're going to move on to some lung openers and and a little bit of mobility through the wrists. There's a lot of wrist movements today. And then we'll move into the legs and hips. All right, so Qigong stance, feet a little wider than shoulder width, soft knees, tailbone facing, pointing down, and feeling nice and tall through the head and neck. I feel like this is a really high screen. I guess it's okay. I'll just come a little bit closer maybe. You'll not see my feet, and that's okay. You don't need to. All right, so let's start with our hands on our lower abdomen, our lower dantian in traditional Chinese medicine. And we're going to breathe into the belly as the belly expands. And when we exhale, the belly button is going to go back towards the spine. Okay, shoulders relax down and back. A little soft smile on your face helps change the energy in our body as well. So let's start with that nice breathing. Let's take a breath in and out. And depending what your day has been like, your breath may be a little bit shorter, or it might be already nice and long, depending on how much stress you've been experiencing. So you're going to breathe in through the nose and out through the nose or the mouth, whichever is most comfortable for you. And one more time here. And down. So we're just signaling to the body, it's safe, you're safe, we can relax now. Let's breathe into our rib cage, squeezing in a little bit, and then inhale, expand the ribs. And exhale, squeeze in and get just a little taller, make that waist a little smaller, and then inhale. And exhale. By putting that little bit of pressure on the diaphragm, it gets it to work and expand and push into the areas that don't always get full breath expansion. There we go. Let's do one more. And down. And your shoulders relax down. Good. Release the hands down. Good. Let's put our hands on our low back, in our kidney area, and you can, if you can't do there, you can just place the backs of your hands there, or you can just leave them on your waist as well. That's okay too. Let's take a nice breath in, breathing into your back, and exhale and get going. So all of these breathing and movements are meant to be done gently, with ease and grace, and care for yourself. And breath in. It's not a competition. We're just working within our comfort zone. And one more breath here. Breathing into your hands. And release. It's good to get the back moving, the back of the rib cage moving. And now let's do our wave breathing. One hand on the belly, one hand on the chest. We're going to breathe into the belly, then the ribs, and then the chest. Hold for a second at the top, and then start exhaling chest, ribs, belly. And I want you to exhale all the way out and give a second of a hold at the bottom of the breath as well. Okay, so let's breathe in. And out. Squeeze all the air out and hold. And inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Hold chest, ribs, belly. All the air out, bring it out and hold. And one more time, inhale. And exhale. Release, 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 release. And just fill your chest up with a little bit of air and then down. Well done. Give everything just a little bit of a wiggle. That's the long, slow breathing we're going to maintain through the rest of the session. So now we're going to start working on our joints. Let's start with the fingers today. I'm going to use my second and third fingers like little pinchers, and I'm going to pinch across my thumb, and I'm just going to pull. And so what I'm doing, I'm going to go through each finger 3 times. And I'm just pulling that energy out, opening the energy streams. Other side. The energy rivers, the rivers of energy called meridians, run along the sides of the fingers. So we want to give them an opening as we start moving energy. We want it to go right to the ends of the fingers. People get a lot of arthritis in the fingers. We want to make sure that we've got energy flowing into all of those joints in the fingers and the hands so that we reduce the risk of arthritis. All right, so bring your feet a little closer together. You can't see mine, but that's okay. You can imagine my feet facing you, facing forward, and I'm gonna bend my knees a little bit, and I'm going to do some knee circles. But I'm also shifting the weight from one foot to the other. So we're mobilizing the ankles, the knees at the same time. So just within your comfort zone, making a nice circle. Feeling the weight shift from one foot to the other, and let's go the other direction. So, getting everything moving. There we go. Good. And now stand a little bit wider, and we're going to do some hip circles. I'm going to put my hands back on my kidneys, but you're welcome to leave them on your hips or just hanging down, whatever's comfortable. Soft knees, push your hips back, and then to the right, push your hips forward to the left. We're making nice big circles, finding your end range of comfort, and just a little bit of a stretch here. We're just kind of going, oh, there we go. Long, slow, deep breaths. Waking up the body, knees stay soft as we do this. Lots of circles in Qigong and other direction. It helps unwind the tissue. When we release the tension and unwind the tissue, then the energy flows freely, and then we have more energy to do all the things that we want to do in the day. One more in this direction. Very good. All right. Just keep your shoulders a little roll, and then we're going to put our fingertips on our shoulders. We're going to lift the elbows up and around. And we can engage our back with this as well. Opening the chest as we bring the elbows back, and then tuck the chin down and round your spine a little. Inhale, open, and exhale, round you. Yes, you can bend those knees and really get into this movement. Move your body like a wave, like a river. Good, and then we're going to open the arms and we're going to do the same thing, reaching up nice and soft and relaxed, and then open the chest. Inhale up and exhale down. Inhale up and exhale down. Good, and now we're going to do forward circles. So out, fingertips on the shoulders. Bring your elbows up, back, and around, and then close them down. Inhale as you reach up and back. Exhale, come forward. Tuck your chin. Inhale up reaching up and around. Good, open the arms, reaching up and around, and exhale forward. Nice, soft, gentle arms. Nothing straight. Fingertips relax, slightly bent. One more. Very nice. All right. Now we're going to do the bird, and then we will move into the neck. So this has a little bit of neck in it. So what we're going to do is we're going to be the birds. We're going to stick our chin forward. We're going to hinge forward, and then we're going to tuck our chin. And we're going to roll back up. Okay. So we're going to exhale as we come forward. Inhale, roll up. Exhale forward. Inhale, roll up. Exhale forward. Mobilizing the spine with the head and neck included. There we go. We're going to do one more. Well done. All right. And now we're going to be the bird that fixes our feathers on either side. So we're going to drop the chin and then bring your chin over to the left side and back to center. So we're making circles with our chin to the left shoulder and back. Knees are soft, nice long spine. Staying within your comfort zone with your neck. And then we're going to go to the other side. Chin down to the right shoulder and come back to center. That's it. This is a really nice way to warm up the neck. If you've been sitting at the computer or reading a book or holding your head in one position, even if you've been driving somewhere, this is a wonderful exercise to do when you get home or need a break. If you're driving, wait till you get home or stop, take a break and do that lovely exercise. It really opens up and gets the blood flowing back up into the head so we're more alert. And like I said, that energy, that chi, which is energy, gets flowing again. And that's what we're working on tonight. Because when that energy's flowing, then we can be relaxed because there's nothing bottled up and shaking inside us causing stress or anxiety. All right, so we've mobilized some of the joints. Now we're going to do a little bit of clearing, and then we're going to move into a bunch of movements. So standing back in our stance we did before, we're going to bring the arms up with little fists, and I want you to come up on your toes like you've gathered any stress in your day, and we're just going to drop it down and drop the heels down at the same time. Up, toss it to the floor. Up on your toes, whoop, and then down. One. Here we go. That feels good, doesn't it? Just letting it all go. And we're also going to do our shaking at the beginning today. So that is where we just start bouncing in through the knees and then in through the hips, the back, shoulders, arms, head and neck. And you can bounce the heels into the floor as well, or you can just stay flat foot, pumping that energy. And again, you're just shaking it all out. You can make a ha sound on your exhales. Feel those shoulder blades loosening up. Get the elbows going and the wrists and the hands. Wherever you feel tension, just let it all loose. One more breath. And start slowing it down. Just stand for a moment, eyes closed. If you can feel the energy, I got tingles everywhere, just saying, hello, we're moving, the energy's flowing. Fantastic. Okay, so we're going to come back to our hands. We're going to clasp our hands together, and we're going to just roll to start with. We're going to keep our hands clasped for the first maybe 4 exercises, actually. We're giving lots of love to the wrists, to the fingers, because as we're rolling all the way over, and because we're holding onto our hands, you can really feel how we're getting movement through the whole hand, as well as just as the wrist. There we go. And let's really exaggerate it now. Good. Get some swoops and dives going in there. Nice soft knees. I'm going to widen my stance just a little bit. And now we're going to start adding the elbows, doing some forward circles, keeping the hands clasped together. They're still connected. And as the elbow comes forward, the hip comes forward. Elbow forward, hip forward. Bring that elbow up as high as you can. Really good for our sideline, opening up the rib cage. And go. Just let those hips move freely as you open up. That's it. Reaching up and over. I can definitely feel that my left elbow has a harder time reaching up towards the ceiling than my right. And that's okay. I just accept that and say, oh, I observe it. We're going to go back to 2 and give it some love and attention. I don't judge it. Just say thank you for the information. I'll work on it. Elbow up and back. Hip forward, elbow back. Long, slow, deep breaths. Feel how your sides are opening up. Your hips are opening up. This feels so good. And do 1 more each side. Up and back. Up and down. Down. And back to center. Give yourself a little shake. Push your, so I'm flipping my palms, so my palms are facing you. I'm going to push my shoulder blades away from each other. Ground my spine. Exhale. And inhale, turn my palms towards my chest. And then exhale, push away and round back. Really push as far as you can, and then inhale, bring all that wonderful energy into you. And then exhale and release. Inhale, bring your hands forward. Exhale, release back. Inhale forward. And now stay tall and just push the hands away. And I'm going to have you turn to the right with your hands in that position as far as you can. And now turn your head to the left once you get there. Good. And then bring your hands back to center. Inhale. Exhale, turn your arms to the left. Head is going to go with you as far as you can go, and then turn your head to the right. You're looking right over the shoulder. Inhale back to center. Exhale, rotate. Turn your head away. Inhale to center. Exhale to the other side. Head looks away. Good. Inhale to center. Exhale. So we're really wringing out the torso. We're pulling those shoulder blades apart. Bringing some wonderful fresh air fresh energy into the organs as we wring them out. Is great for the neck, getting the rotation in the upper torso. One more each side. Back to center and release down for a moment. Untangle the fingers, give them some love. Just take a moment. See how you can breathe into your rib cage more freely already. Okay, we're going to do one more with the hands clasped. We're going to scoop up. Exhale, extend and lengthen. And come back in. Inhale up. Exhale, reach. Inhale back down. And exhale. And scoop. Inhale up. Exhale, lengthen eyes up at your fingers if you can. Inhale halfway down and then exhale. One more here. Inhale up. Big reach. And down. And this time we're going to go up and stay up at the top. Take a big breath in, tip to the right. Breathing, we're going to hang out here for just a moment. Back to center. Big breath in. There we go. Reaching to the left. Long, slow, deep breaths. Just hang out there a moment. Feel the stretch. And keep your face facing you. Our bodies are going to want to rotate away from you. And back to center. Here we go a little faster. Inhale, exhale, reach. Inhale, center. Exhale, reach. Inhale and exhale. Keeping even weight in your feet. Drifting above, keeping the weight even below. One more on each side. Pulling your arms back. Feeling the stretch all up the sideline. From the top of the hip all the way. Back to center, release the hands and down. Beautiful job. Take a moment to give everything a little shape. A little breather, and just close your eyes and feel the energy, how it's opened up. I can feel the fronts of my arms here have opened up as well, which is part of our lung meridian, which is what we're going to work on next. Lovely. Okay, let's do a little bit of neck work first. So we're going to do what's called spread the feathers. So our fingers are feathers. So reach your arms down and out. Fingertips are pointing out to the sides, and our palms are facing the floor. Soft knees. And we're going to drop right ear to right shoulder. Take a nice deep breath there. Drop your chin down into your armpit. And raise your chin up towards the ceiling. Bring your ear back to shoulder. And now we're just going to drop that chin again. And this time we're going to do little chin circles over there. In both directions. Feeling that stretch in the back and the left side of the knee. Just ever so gently. Both directions. And then bring your ear back to shoulder. breath, allowing everything to lengthen, and now chin up towards the ceiling and away from the left shoulder. And do some low chin circles with the chin up in the air. Opening the front of the neck. Little circles, and then the other direction. Still spreading the feathers with your fingers. Shoulders back and down, knees soft. Long, slow, deep breaths. And the ear back to the shoulder. Drop the chin to the chest. Release the hands. And head back up. As if you're taking a little shape. Spread the feathers again. Left ear to left shoulder. So really pushing away with the arms. Taking a deep breath. And sink into this side stretch. And then draw your chin down into your armpit. Taking a deep breath. And then you're going to raise the chin up towards the ceiling. Take a couple breaths there. Ear back to shoulder. Dropping the chin down into the armpit again and doing a little chin circle down in there. Play in both directions. See what you feel. You're going to feel a lot at the back of the neck, into the traps, right up the very back side of the neck. In both directions. And back to ear to shoulder. Take a breath there. And then chin up towards the ceiling and away from the right side. And little chin circles. Both directions. See what you feel. You can push your jaw away as well. Get the jaw going in there if you like to. And then ear to shoulder again, taking a deep breath. And then release the chin down to the chest and release the arms. Bring your head back up. Give the shoulders a couple of minutes. Very nicely done. That's a really deep neck stretch. All right. We're going to move into a lung opener. So I'm going to widen my stance. We're going to start with our hands up front, thumbs facing down, palms facing the floor. We're going to inhale and open. And then we're going to turn our palms up to exhale and bring the pinkies together. Inhale, open. So we talked about fall being the element of metal, and metal being the lungs, and the lungs being our first line of defense in our immune system. And they are also the lung meridians, and the function of the metal element is that contact with the outside energies, because we breathe in through our lungs, we breathe in through our skin. The skin is part of the metal element as well. And the lungs are all about having courage and confidence. So let's embrace this with courage and confidence, reminding ourselves how courageous we are, how confident we are, and how healthy we are. The lung meridian runs to the thumb, and when we reach to the back, we're opening that thumb, that line all along here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to turn to one side in a lunge position. So I'm up on the toes of my back leg. My both feet are facing the sideline. And I'm going to be lunging down and pushing back. So you can be in a shorter stance and just have a small movement. That's fine too, right? So we're going to go down into the lunge and raise our arms like a bird. So I'm going to inhale, raise my arms up, and then I'm going to push my palms away like a stop sign, really firmly. So I'm stretching my thumbs out, and then I'm going to exhale and push back my arms come down. I'll face you so you can see what I'm doing as well. So inhale up with the arms down with the legs. Push away, and then exhale, come back. Inhale, drop down. And exhale. So we're pumping strength through the legs, feeling grounded, and we are strengthening our lung meridian against the fall cold. Not just the temperature cold, but people catching colds. The lung meridian plays a big part in keeping us safe from, keeping us healthy so we don't catch those colds. Push away. And inhale. And exhale. Good. Now I'm facing you, so I'm going to come back to my wide stance. You're going to turn, and we're going to do our lung openers again, facing forward. Bringing your breath back into balance. Inhale, really reach those arms back, open the chest. Exhale, round slightly. One more. And exhale. Okay. So now we're going to turn with the left foot forward, right foot back. You choose the angle, what's comfortable for you. We're going to inhale, back a little farther. Inhale, drop down. Extend the arms. Exhale, come back. Nice and tall. Inhale. Stop signs with the hands, fingers spread, and then relax. Come back in. Inhale. Push away, push out, and exhale, come back in. Inhale. And exhale. Few more. Nice and strong in the legs, opening the hip flexors. This is a great hip opener. And down, coming back to center, still wide stance. Inhale, open. And exhale, close. Inhale, open. You may feel like you have more movement in the chest now. And good. Now take your arms, reach them around, all the way up towards the ceiling. Big stretch up, push your hips forward, big breath in. Exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees, roll back up. Reach your arms right up overhead, big reach. Squeeze your toes, push your hips forward. Exhale, fold forward, reach. Let your head and neck relax when you're folding forward. Bend the knees, roll back up, one more. Exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees and slowly roll back in. Nicely done. Bring your feet back in, give everything a little shake. All right. Let's do our teacups tonight. So you're going to be in a fairly wide stance again, soft knees. And that's so we can shift our weight side to side. So the more we can get those figure eights going in the hips, the more supple the hips and the more energy flows through the trunk area here. So teacups in the palms of our hands. And we're going to have our teacups up over our head. And then we're going to shift to one side. And we're going to bring those teacups down So they're looking kind of stacked. And then our fingertips are going to turn towards our tummy. And we're going to take the teacups to the other side. We're making a big circle, and then we're going to bring them back up overhead. Okay? Let's have a go at it. So we're going to shift, bring your teacups to the side. Rotate your hands. Now your fingers are facing your belly. And then we're going to go up the other side, pushing your hips forward as the teacups go over your head. Reaching over to the side, across the front. Big breath in as you have your teacups overhead. Exhale as they curl around in front of your tummy. Take your time, move slowly. Nice big circle, so really working all of the range of the shoulders. We've got our wrists rotating. Lifting the leg, opening things up. I'm going to do one more in this direction, then we're going to go the other direction. We're going to stop when we get overhead. Okay, here we go. Other side. Down, across in front, over to the side, and overhead. There we go. Working through, allowing the movement. It just kind of flows after a while. You kind of go, oh, here we go. Less thinking, just let your body flow through it. We don't think about it and just let it go. Our body knows what to do. Spirals are everywhere in nature, in life. Our body gets it. It's our mind that gets botched up. We're going to do one more after this one. Pushing the hips forward and releasing. Ooh, all right. Bring the feet in, get everything a little shape. Take a moment, check in. How do you feel? I feel light. Everything's kind of tingling. I can really feel the energy moving out. I feel warm. I created that heat through the movement. Wonderful. Great job, everybody. Okay, we are now going to move towards the floor. So make sure you have a mat handy. And if the upper portion is all you're comfortable doing, that's just fine. We can say good night to you, and you can carry on doing what you'd like to do. But if you're able to continue and come to the floor with us, we would welcome you. Here's my band, and I'm going to adjust the camera so that you can see me on the floor. And with the recordings too, there's nobody to say that you can't pop into any of the recordings. If you need upper body work, you do the first half. If you need the lower body, skip through and do the lower body part. The recordings are there for you to access for your benefit. Okay, let's do our standard routine to get to the floor. I think this is a really nice way to transition. We're going to shift our hips side to side. We're going to drop our chin. We're going to do a nice forward fold here. So just like a rag doll, let your arms swing side to side. Tuck the chin, one vertebrae at a time. Don't rush this. Take your time. And if there's a spot as you're working your way down, you go, oh, that's really tight. Just take it out there and swing and sway for a few moments at that angle. And it allows the tissue to release. If we go through it too quickly, we miss some of the golden spots that are waiting for us to release them. Again, those nice little figure eights with your hips, from side to side. Oh, let the head and neck relax. Just let everything sink forward. And now slowly walking the fingertips forward on your mat, coming into your downward dog position, head between the arms, pedaling the feet one and then the other, stretching that back line. Then let's hold the heels down, pushing the hands away, and then up on the toes, and down, up, and down. And then dropping the knees down gently, pointing the toes, coming into all fours position. Let's push the hips to one side and back to the heels, and then off to the other side. Just side to side for a moment, loosening up the hips in another angle, sitting back into them. Good, and from here, pushing straight back, and you can widen the knees if you'd like to. I like to widen my knees, keeping my big toes together. We're just gonna push back into a nice little child's pose for a moment, reaching the arms up overhead, forehead down. You may want to put a pillow under your forehead. Breathe into your back, breathe into your kidneys. Good, and very slowly coming back up. And we're going to go now the other direction. We're going to lie right down on our stomachs with our hands on either sides, just below the shoulders. Chin tucked. We're going to inhale, exhale, and gently push up to whatever your comfort zone is. And release back down. As you exhale, you're gently pushing up, shoulders down and back, chin tucked, just opening the front line. Toes are pointed. Just to what feels comfortable for you. Last one. Really nice stretch through the abdominals. And drop down part way, lift your hips, and walk it on back. Here we go. Good job. We're going to swing ourselves around. We're going to do our flip-flops a little differently today. We're going to do them lengthwise on the mat because we're going to lie down. So my heels are at the corners of each part of my mat, and I'm going to be dropping them down side to side, but I'm going to be lying down and my palms facing up in the T shape. Okay, so let's rock on that gently. One heel at either side corner of your mat. Palms up, arms straight out from the shoulders. Now from here, you're going to drop both knees to the right. And just let them stop where they stop, keeping your tush on the mat and then up and over to the left. Taking those nice, long, deep breaths. We're going to be laying down for the next little while. I think we've got about 3 different exercises here, and they're all laying down, so you can enjoy that. And now this time when we stop to the right, I'm going to lift up my right heel, and I'm going to just place it gently on my left knee. And that's just encouraging that left side to roll down a little bit. If this is uncomfortable, you don't have to do it. We're just going to stay here and breathe a moment. Allowing the legs to release. And some people's knees drop to the inside really easily, and other people's don't. And then others, their knees drop to the outside easily, and other people's don't. So, always interesting. And then gently remove the right heel. You're going to bring your knees back to center, bring them into your chest for a moment. Give your knees a nice hug and squeeze. And then our heels are going to go back to those corners. We're going to do a little flip flop again, arms outstretched. Drop the knees to the left and to the right and to the left and to the right. Up and over to the left. And then once you flip to the left, you're going to lift your left heel up, place it across your right knee. And this is where we're going to stay for a moment. Breathing into the tightness, the stiffness, relaxing. Encouraging the body to let go without forcing. Long, slow, deep breaths. So we're untangling the connection to the rib cage here, right down into the psoas and the hip flexor area as well. A little bit of quad, inner thigh. This is really stretching a lot, as well as in the glute, that internal rotation. Good. Release the left heel. Come back to center. Bring both knees in. Give them a big hug, big squeeze. Tell them, good job. Pull your ankles while you're there. Both directions. There we go. All right. I'm going to grab my band now. And I'm going to extend my left heel all the way out. And I'm going to bend my right leg, placing the band underneath my right foot. I'm going to squeeze my right knee towards my chest. And then I'm going to extend it up towards my heel, up towards the ceiling. I'm going to roll the ankle, wiggle my toes. I'm going to point and flex my foot. And I'm really going to start to draw my heel up towards the ceiling, straightening the leg a little bit more. Taking some long, slow, deep breaths and making nice little heel circles up on the ceiling, relaxing head, neck, and shoulders. Good. Now, if you'd like to, you can bend your left leg up and let it angle to the outside to support you as you bring your right heel, right leg out to the right side of your body. Using your band to guide the movement so your legs can relax. I'm just making some nice circles with my ankles. There we go, bringing the right leg back up towards the center. Extend your left leg long again. And now you can extend your right arm straight out like we were with our flip-flops. Draw the right leg across your body as far as it's comfortable for you. You can do some nice little circles there, or you can just hold. Breathing into this rotation. And then bring your knee back into your chest. Big hug, big squeeze of that right knee. Remove the band. Send your right leg out in a nice little shape. Oh, good job. And let's bring the left knee in. Give it a big squeeze. And then you're going to place the band under the left foot. Extending your left foot up towards the ceiling. Roll the ankles, wiggle the toes. Point and flex. Play around, just test it and see how this foot feels, how this leg feels. And then let's get some heel circles up towards the ceiling. Checking in with your neck and shoulders that you're relaxed, the arms are relaxed. You're just using the band to guide. And now you can bend that right leg up a little bit if you'd like. Extending the left leg out towards the side. Oh, if you want to sigh, moan, whatever you need to do, make noise. It's really good for your body to hear your voice. Vocal toning is very soothing. why people love to sing. It's very soothing as well. Oh. Good. Extending the right leg back out. Lift that left leg up and over, all the way across the body. Big inhales and exhales, releasing the tension, drawing the leg all the way across. Feel the stretch. Really extend your left arm out in the T shape, away from the body. See if you can bring your left foot all the way to the floor or close to the floor. And just breathe into that great big stretch. You can make circles, you can hold, whatever feels best for you. And then coming back to center. Big hug, big squeeze of the left knee, bring it right in. Removing the band and extending your left leg back out. Give it a nice little shake. There we go. Bend both knees up to 90 degrees. And you're going to cross your right knee over your left knee, just like you had your legs crossed, okay? Knee over knee. You're going to lift your hips up and shift them to the right just a little bit. And then you're going to let both knees drop off to the left, extending your arms out in that T shape again. And we're just going to hang out in this position. Again, another rotation. We've got lots of rotations tonight. And just allow the legs to relax into this position, stretching the glutes. Every exhale, releasing, releasing, releasing. Any stuck energy, allow it to be released now. Nice deep breaths in and out through the nose. Direct your inhales to wherever you feel tension. Inhale into the tension and exhale to release the tension. And do one more deep breath here. Feels so good. Bringing your knees back to center. Untangle them. Bring them both up to the chest. Nice big squeeze. Resetting the low back. You can rock side to side a little bit if you'd like. Dropping the heels back down. Heels are fairly close to the touch. Feet together. You're going to cross the left knee over the right knee this time. And if you always cross right over left in daytime, doing this is going to feel really uncomfortable, but it's a really good stretch for you. And we're going to lift the hips up, drop them to the left slightly, and let the legs drop off to the right. Arms outstretched. And breathe. If it's a little tight, your legs will hold some tension at first. Just allow it to relax. Just wait it out. Breathe. Inviting the tension to be released. On this side, I feel it in shoulder blade actually. So it's more in the upper body rotation by crossing the legs over and getting that extra twist. Let me embrace that. Let me breathe into it. You scan your body, feel where the tension is. Breathe into it. Encouraging your body to release and let go gently. Just as much as it's willing tonight. It does not have to be perfect. No pain, just stretch, release. Surrender to the tension. Long, slow, deep breaths. Very nice. See if you can feel the tension just melting away. Just washing away with every breath. Like a wave washing over your knees. And very gently come back to center. Untangle the legs. Bring the knees into the chest. Bring your knees right towards your armpits, nice and wide. Just rocking side to side, telling the body, thank you so much. What a wonderful session. And when you feel ready, you can extend the legs out. And we're going to come to our nice restful position. Feel free to stay in this position. I will talk you through a little relaxation. Do not feel that you need to get up at the end. You are welcome to stay here as long as you like. Find a comfortable position where your legs are slightly apart. Let your feet flop out. Head and neck relaxed. And you can have your palms resting, your hands resting on your hips, or out with the backs of your hands resting on the floor, whatever's most comfortable for you. And just take notice of your breath for a few moments. Nice deep breathing into the belly. And every exhale, releasing any tension. Letting your torso sink down into the mat. Relaxing the shoulders, your head and neck. Relaxing your eyebrows, your cheeks. And put a soft smile on your face. Feel your tongue and jaw relax. Feel the back of your head touching the floor of the mat. And scan down to the backs of your shoulders, connected to the floor of the mat. And your elbows connected. And either the backs of your hands on the floor or the palms of your hands on your hip bones. Be aware of how light your hands feel. How relaxed arms are. And scan down to your hips, your waist. Your toes connected to the floor. Your belly rising and falling. And feel your calves and your heels connected to the floor. Your feet are weightless. And just feeling the smoothness of your breath as you inhale and exhale. stay in this position for as long as feels comfortable. Or you can start wiggling your fingers and toes, rolling your head side to side, move back into your body. And going to the sides, prepare to see the knee. I'm just going to come back to the seated position, moving slowly. I'm just going to raise my arms up overhead and breathe. Wishing you a lovely evening. Take care. Good night.